Hello and welcome back to the stream. Today is, going back to the old sports well. I am pulling out Football Manager 2024. Actually hadn't played this one. I hadn't played any of them since Football Manager 2022. And that's only because I was looking forward to Football Manager 2025. I wanted to see all the changes they were going to make, and then naturally was pretty disappointed when they kept delaying it. But I understand the reason for the delay. But anywho, this was for free through Epic, so gonna go ahead and play it, scratch that itch for a little bit, and then hopefully here when Football Manager 2025 comes out, I will give that a whirl too. But let's go ahead and get going. I'm currently setting up the game. As you can see, doing a big one. Ultimately doing an unemployed journeyman save. Unemployed journeyman save. Let me update that real quick. Basically I'm going to start as me, but as if I myself, as if me, actual me, was just going to go start managing a football club. Now maybe a little bit about me. I have coached, only at the high school level, but I have the basics down, setting up a shape, style of play, trying to get the best out of your players. It's tough. It is very difficult. I can only imagine how much more difficult it is working professionally in the as a manager. The responsibility increases tenfold. It's silly how difficult it must be, even just having a little bit of experience doing some managing. But anywho, like I said, favorite game, maybe all time, or the series at least. Been playing since Football Manager 2014, I think, is the first one. I tested it out and really enjoyed it, so ended up buying it and had bought basically every one afterward, up until FM22. Like I said, played that one into the ground, and then didn't buy 23 because I saw that FM25 was supposed to be great. Didn't buy 24 for the same reason, and I will be buying FM26 on release, and will... Hopefully that aligns. Generally they do Friday releases, Friday Greenwich Mean Time. So it would be just before on the Thursday night here. But I don't stream till Saturday. So I'm going to spend most of that Friday getting up to speed, making sure that everything's set up the way it needs to be. And we'll go from there. But so the way that I do this, everything's playable until I start. And then I'll make some adjustments based on where I think I'm going to go. Normally, I turn a lot of these leagues off, make them viewable only, because what are the odds that I actually go manage in the States? It's incredibly difficult to manage in the U.S. and the MLS. Just because there's a bunch of strange rules about squad maximums and who's allowed to play, and there's trading instead of transferring. There's the draft is silly. I can't remember what team it was recently, but they owned the discovery rights to Kevin De Bruyne, which is dumb because Kevin De Bruyne is formerly Chelsea, formerly Wolfsburg, formerly Man City, currently Napoli, world-class midfielder. So to have the quote-unquote discovery rights just puts kind of an excised importance on the Major League Soccer, and we are important. We discovered them. They haven't been in this league yet, and so there's a whole player rights thing. Anyway, don't like American soccer that much, which shouldn't surprise much of anybody. Kind of a purist. Big fan of the Premier League, of course, because English speaking. I do have favorite clubs. I don't think... you can see. This is up every stream. That is Stamford Bridge over my shoulder. I picked up the sport back in 2012, just like the color blue. I joke now with some of my buddies that are big football supporters. I could have picked any team that was blue, and at the time, I'm pretty sure that was Everton. Cardiff City was an option, and I think even briefly, like Bolton could have been a viable option at the time. So I just picked Chelsea for no real reason, and boy, did that pay dividends, because that is the same year we won the Champions League for the first time. So. Well, I thought this would load faster, if I'm honest. I thought for sure that we would be through the creation portion. So what I'll do is I'm actually going to go ahead and pause the recording stream. I'll stick around. But yeah, I don't want to YouTube. I'll go ahead and make sure that you get to the good stuff. So I will be back in just a moment. Perfect, and we're back. So we finally loaded in. This is me. I'm bad, kind of all around. I'll edit the profile, just kind of give you a quick look, but this is, I'll use this profile. So male, accurate date of birth, perfectly fine. I am very much American. Yep, that is correct. Chelsea's the favorite team. Got some other American teams that I used to work for that I don't really want to put to dox myself. So this will be good. So let's see. Let's go ahead and use this profile. I'm going to start unemployed. My managerial style should have nothing, right? So it's absolutely nothing. I am starting in Australia just because they have the most current start date. But yeah, I will go ahead and confirm, and we will get moving, and then I will almost instantaneously go on holiday. Until July 16th, 2025, which should be good. Good. I'm also going to name the save. So let's see. Unemployed journeyman. Currently unemployed, right? Pre-7/16/25. Cool. Make sure that saves, and then I'm going to turn autosaves off. Perfect. I did see some rumors about Kyle Walker-Peters. I don't remember where he was going. I want to say it was like Italy, maybe, somewhere. But I just kind of started playing the game. I didn't start playing the sport, didn't play football until I was like 15 or so, which is really late to be getting into the sport, to be trying to play it. But I wanted to kind of engross myself in the game. So picked a team, picked Chelsea, Stamford Bridge over my shoulder. And it just happened to be that was 2012, and we won the Champions League that year. So the more that I learned about the sport, starting from basically nothing, I started to follow the sport. I had tried to learn it. I started reading a couple of books, and then found that there was a game that I loved. So I started playing Football Manager 14. It was incredibly difficult, of course. But once I got into it, it ruled, and I loved it. And I've played it every year since for years. I've put in unconscionable amount of time in each year. Let's do this. Let's turn preferences. Let's do saves. I want to turn saves off just for a little bit. 5 years. I'll change that back in a little bit. And then it'll reload the skin, because that's the setup. Yeah, of course the Drogba header. But more importantly, the Petr Cech penalty saves. Now, that is I played left back and right back, so I'm in love with Ashley Cole, or at least I was at the time. And that was great. I loved every minute of that game, and it holds a special place in my heart. But yeah, more than anything, more than just watching and being a fan, I played so much Football Manager during college. And that isn't great. Probably not something I'd recommend to people to play Football Manager during school. But yeah, it's good stuff. Oh, I hear you. It tends to not be mine. The raging portion. Oh, I guess I should check real quick to see if everything. moved correctly. So Maresca, it will already a good start. We've got Maresca and Dewsbury Hall. Oh, it didn't do well. I guess there's not a. I guess this isn't finalized. He's not at Arsenal yet. But Bino Gittins and Renato Vega, I guess he is back. Broya, I forgot that he was at the club. That's terrible. Okay, but anyway, this is accurate. That's good stuff. Modric, yeah, that's okay. We're not going to touch on that. But no, I tend not to rage. I tend to try and be supportive of my players, even though they're not real. I don't know. I pretend that they're real-ish. All right, so let's do this. Let's go on holiday. Let's come back next year, 2025. 2025, July 16th, and we are off. So that'll be a minute. Nursery home resident list? I don't know, man. They're not as old as they used to be. At the very least, but I do hear you. It's a laundry list of players. It's too many. I used to think that, I used to care a lot more about the prices in transfers, and kind of as I've enjoyed the sport further, I know that the owners of the clubs that are spending a ton of money, it is not my money ultimately. So I don't care that much. If the owners cared, then they would put limits on how much they purchase and all that good stuff. I do get the argument that it's not fair to other teams. To some extent, because I'm a Chelsea fan, I think that if you wanted to spend money, you can. There are limits in place. There's fair play, financial fair play. There's all kind. Anywho, I guess it didn't, because I think, is this Malik Tillman? I don't want to return. Anyway, how many players do we have? I know we sold Petrovic today. I think he signed for Bournemouth today. So this isn't exactly accurate. This is accurate to the week. Yeah, well, I don't know, man. I think how they choose to apply financial fair play is the joke. I think that it's a good idea, but I think we're up to 40 players, which is too many. It's unexplainable why it's so many players. Yeah, I don't necessarily defend it. I know that our squad is only ever going to be 25 people or so. I think Maresca actually likes to operate with 21 and use some academy players to fill in the gaps where necessary, which I have no problem with. I actually much rather prefer that. I'd like to see, Chelsea has one of the best academies in the world, so why not use it, So guys like Tyreek George, guys like Josh Achiampong, they're great, and they should be playing. And I like that they still have a pathway, even though we will buy 2 players in every position each window, it seems. Yeah, it's a lot of players. It's too many players. You are absolutely correct. So how long are we thinking this is going to take? August 2024. It's been 6 days? We could be here a minute, so feel free to stick around and chat if you like. I would have no bad feelings if you decided to not linger, but we're making it basically an entire year into the future before we get going, and I'm not sure how interesting that's going to be, but I will be recording and yapping anyway. I might pause the recording actually until we get to something interesting. Or I might decide that we don't even get to. Well, regardless, I will go ahead and pause the recording. So wherever we pick back up is a better spot than just sitting and watching this screen for a while. So thank you, kind. Welcome back. So we have made it to October 1st. Basically going to start taking a look now, see where I'm able to get a job, and start from there. But not too many options, not a lot of good stuff. I don't have, maybe quick reminder, unemployed journeyman. And let's see, attributes. Yeah, 1s and 2s, baby. 1-3 in the people management. It's good stuff. yeah, I'm going to start taking a look at who's available and go from there. So we'll start poking through. Hey, look, a League 2 Turkish squad. Where are they in the league? 11th. It's not terrible. I have found that through playing this game plenty, that you, even with unemployed journeyman, you tend to get the first job that you want within reason. So you can get like a 2-star reputation team. It'll just make it difficult to manage. But this squad here, let's see how good they are. Decent. I mean, not terrible by any stretch. This is their, let's see, starting midfielder or defender. Let's see, Yusuf Ensar Poyrazli is pretty good. I mean, if he's worth up to, 4 million? Or 4,000? What? Huh? It's actually much lower than I thought. Emre Tosun? Is he here? Oh, nice. Where are you from? What's your history look like? Well, I expected him to be further up. It's a good player. Why is the reputation just low? Because these are like decent stats. This might be interesting. I'll toss my name toward it. What are the kits like? Not that matters terribly much, but I can work with blue and red. I would need to figure out how to pronounce the team. Guku, Kirik Kaleguku. There's got to be a shorter version, usually. Let's see. Come on. There's usually like a founded 95. Pretty cool, pretty good. La Sever, that's a longer name. Their nickname is longer. You can't do that. La Severt. Kirmizalar, I might have to not do it just because I don't know what to call the team. Kiri would be the easier version. Football Sport Club, simple enough. Kiri Kalaguku. It's not bad. Where are they located? The 17th of August Stadium. Waspinar and Kirikal. Okay. I guess actually for player never left country, never played for national team. Really? Player never left the country. That's I mean, good for him. I will say that I don't know much about the Turkish league, but again, I don't think that this is a bad. Here, let me just pick a different. I'll do that. Compare with Emre Tosun. Yeah, that's a pretty like anywhere. So looking at this radial map, so you got the lightest, the second lightest, the third lightest. If you make it to the edge of the third, that's like a pretty good player. Especially in the not terribly high leagues. So for him to be earning $13,000 a year, and only worth 35. So like for example, I'm gonna go pick I don't know Haverford West in Wales. If I just pick any of their center backs, well, that's not a good example. That guy's terrible. Maybe a league up, maybe the New Saints, maybe Crusaders, maybe Northern Ireland. Yeah, so this guy's similar, but he's making $30,000 a year. The Blenheim Ice, that's so odd. The I sound in Kirkale is like the sound between S and T when you say stop. The I sound in... Okay, all right, so it's on I. It's like the sound between S and T. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'll tell you what. I'm going to turn the desktop audio on. And I'm going to get a pronunciation. And I'm going to see if it's even worth following. Pronunciation. It's going to be gross. It's going to be bad.
Curriculae.
Is it curriculae? Because they want me to say curriculae, which sounds not even remotely close. That's so bad. Oh, man. That's really bad. Oh, good Lord. All right, so no pronunciations for Turkish. All right. The pronunciation includes a rolled R, a short U, as in put. So put. Curricale. Curricale. All right, let's try this.
British and American English pronunciations, US and UK, are similar.
Oh, that's not even close. That's how to pronounce literally the word this. So that's good too. I'm glad I can bring the comedy. Let's try a different video.
Curricale. Curricale.
Curricale.
Curricale.
Curricale. I'm gonna blast my audio.
Curricale.
Curricale. Okay, that's not bad. So it's not like a full vowel, which is good to know, or like how American English would treat the vowels. Okay, curricale. Okay, so it's like, that's not bad. That's actually not too bad. I'll do it. I'll throw my name in the hat for curricale. 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 Guku, right? Is it like in German the U is like a UE, which kind of makes it sound like an R? So like it would be Gurku. Yeah, it's other languages are tough being an American because we have a terrible language and we don't like to learn generally. All right. Curricula. Gurku. Or it could just be the U, like how the American version of the U, which is just U, like the double O in book. So Guku. We'll get there. I'll find out. But anyway, not allowed. Oh, Turkish only. I'm a fan. I'm into it. I will apply. And what is that? The lowest, or is that the? Do we have a third tier? There is a third tier. Okay. Nice. If you really want to hear it, YouTube has it, I'm sure. You know what? That's a fair point. Curricule, Guku, pronunciation. You can see the city too. True. Turkey is beautiful, by the way. I'm yet to see a picture of Turkey that doesn't look incredible. Curricule. YouTube. Uh-oh. See, now here's the problem when you say something like that is that the asking about how things are going in Turkey is a really sore spot based on the political environment. So I may not ask what happened to it for fear of it being absolutely vibe crushing. You know what? I have lost it again. Curricule. Well, all right, fair enough. Yeah, things are not great in Turkey. Well, for what it's worth, things are not doing. We're not trending in the right direction in the U.S. either. So I will say that it's probably not. I mean, it's worse, right? It is worse. But I will say that we're not doing great either. Curricule. Oh, they call it Spor instead. Or the fans call it Curricule Spor instead of Guku. Look, I didn't do that. I didn't elect the man. I voted for anyone else. Was how my ballot looked. But yeah, it's there's a lot of issues we're working through. Things are. I mean, we're slipping. We're slipping. Put it that way. All right. What else? Where else can I go? Korea looks pretty good. I love a purple kit. Yeah, he's real bad. Nobody. Well, I say nobody. I don't think a lot of people like him, or at least the people who have some level of, I don't know. I'll say, I don't want to insult people, but if you like the man, then that's an issue. You shouldn't. There's no reason to. He's not a role model. Hungary's probably not better. Probably should get rid of Hungary for similar reasons politically. I will do that real quick. Let's see. Oh, no, not here. Not in preferences. Leagues. Get rid of Hungary. And I'll just get rid of Hungary. It won't even be. Won't even be playing. All right. Let's see. Okay. So I don't love these teams. I don't really want to start in the lower divisions of England. It's a little too straightforward. Doing a journeyman, jumping up leagues at the earliest opportunity is not hard, especially if you're already in the league and you have knowledge and you have some level of success. If you earn a promotion or finish in first place in England, getting to the next league like above the one you just got promoted into is very easy because you now have English experience and experience winning leagues / getting promoted. So other clubs in the same league are going to be interested in trying to get you to their club. So probably not going to do that. Did this league just end? Are they about to enter into the next phase? All group second stage. Second place. Yes. So they did. And Retro is the team. Okay. Maybe not. 40-year-old Fernandinho. Different Fernandinho, I know. Cool. I always like seeing Wagner Love, 42 years old, familiar. He spent some time in Russia. I didn't know he went to Besiktas. I don't think I remember that. I do that. I've done that. You pick a team that literally has nobody. Pick a team that's outside of the game. Yeah, that has been done. Alanyaspor to Besiktas. Makes sense that there's a Kazakhstan league, but I wasn't familiar with it. Yeah, a lot of time in Russia for our boy Wagner Love. And then China, Kazakhstan, Denmark. That's cool. Yeah, this is probably not the level I want to jump in at. Yeah, dude. That one. The 42-year-old in real life. He just happens to be playing for Retro in Brazil. Actually, I mean, I could ask what your how you feel about him. Let's see. How did he do for Besiktas? Poorly. 18 total games across 2 seasons and 6 goals. Not good. Not good. That's very funny. What are the odds? Yeah. He is living his life in the 3rd tier of Brazilian soccer. I think you're all right. You things could be worse. All right, yeah, I don't think I want really any of these clubs just yet. I don't know if I want to start. Semi-pro's hard. Semi-pro's very difficult. Like, you can see that the 5 players on this Albanian team are not great. I mean, they're fine. But I imagine it'd be difficult to get players to come in. I mean, that guy's 44, playing left mid. He's quicker than some, but I don't know. Semi-pro's tough. Yeah, him having 0 cost and 0 wage is nice that he's playing some pickup football, but I don't really want to compete with names. So we'll keep moving on. We'll see about what clubs become interested. All right, and we continue onward. It is it's hot in here, but ew, no, don't give Sterling a contract. A 2-year, $12 million a year contract. Why? Dumb. That's a 25-year-old manager. How about that? Where did he come from? This is his first time being a manager ever. I'm interested in where he was. Was he a coach? I wish the history was better. Like biography. He just got hired. And that's it. He's the performance analyst for Norrköping, his hometown club. And he went from being a data analyst to a manager. That's fun. Is he? Is that Dahl right back? Jacob Dahl? I don't think so. He doesn't have any career stats. I'm sure that there is a right back who's Swedish named Dahl. There's the left back for Benfica. I'll give you that. But I think Dahl is a very common last name for what it's worth. So like if I went to scout everybody in the world, it would be everybody. And I don't think there's a way to. Yeah, so Daniel Dahl and Jacob Dahl and Frederick Dahl. There's another left back, and yeah, there's all kinds. But yeah, you're not wrong. He's the left back for Benfica. Yeah, that's the kind of the downside of having it be such a big database, so many players and coaches and the like, staff, I suppose, is that there are just so many people that I've never heard of. Nope, not going to the National League North. Those are decent kits for non-league. Those are nice. I like the, I think that's actual coloring. I don't think that's, that happens. I've had that happen a couple times where you'll find that there are players that are now managers when they should be playing for their squads. But I haven't run into that issue for a while, which is nice. Hey, by the way, about trying to pronounce names, not good. Icelandic is going to be pretty difficult. Reykjavíkur. Because that P is the TH. We turned the P into a Y, which is why we say yield, but it's actually just the old. So Íþróttafélag Reykjavíkur. Not gonna do it. Can't be doing it. Yeah, Reykjavik. But there's something about being American that it doesn't let me read it like the city. I know Reykjavik. I have no problem saying Reykjavik, but they added 2 letters at the end, and my brain can't compute. Reykjavíkur. Can't do it. It's terrible. There are certainly times where I wish I was, European, just so that I don't embarrass myself with trying to just be an American. But I also like to think that because I don't want to just be an American, that gives me a little bit of a leg up, and that I'm at least aware. So that's interesting. They aren't allowed to sign South Korean goalkeepers. And yet, there's a South Korean goalkeeper. Is that their only goalkeeper? No, they have another goalkeeper who's also South Korean. What? I've never seen that. I've never seen that you're not allowed to sign a specific position of the country that team is based out of. I wanted the purple kits. I was hoping that I could get the purple kit, but no, it's all right. Yeah, that's there's no way, especially in like the third league. Yeah, I guess just whoever comes through the youth academy I can use, because, well, is that signing? Like, does that, I wonder if that's, you can't transfer them, but you can build them up, right? Like, you can have an academy goalkeeper that becomes the starter over time. I mean, surely, but I promise that if I go to this goalkeeper here, he's not going to be from the FC Anyang Academy, because he's 37 years old, and the club was only founded in 2013. So he would have been, at the youngest, what I say, it was 12 years ago, he would have been 25. And there's no way he's starting his career at 25, right? So if I go to his stats, they signed him on a free transfer this year. And if I don't know, maybe that counts too. So maybe no pegging. Maybe you're not allowed to pay for goalkeepers from this league, which maybe, I don't know. No, cannot sign non-South Korean goalkeepers. Oh, I'm sorry. I have it exactly backwards. Only South Korean goalkeepers. Well, that's my bad. That's a lot easier. You just can't have other... Well, that's dumb. That's a dumb rule. I don't want that. It'd be interesting if I weren't allowed to have South Korean goalkeepers. It's another thing to just not be able to use. I don't know. Sure. I love me another American. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good point. Why not just have a homegrown rule, or like you have to have a minimum of 6 South Korean players in your squad, or even like 9 would be reasonable. Have like 2 or 3 non-South Korean players, because like Japan's right there, right? Like I would think that Japan and South Korea have some decent movement between the clubs or the countries for football. But I don't know, man. I think that's why it threw me off that it named goalkeeper specifically, and that was kind of rough. Well, October's not really when everybody gets sacked, I guess. So, Sandefjord, but I don't really want to start in the Premier League, the Danish top division. I don't think I would get the interview anyway, but I don't want to start too high up in a journeyman unemployed save. I was finding I played through a couple of different seasons with different clubs in it's kind of like a test save, and found that it was very difficult to get anybody to pay for my coaching badges. So I will hopefully be signing with a club that has at least enough spending money that I can maybe start getting my badges right away, because that's the biggest part of being an unemployed journeyman. There's another name for it too, right? Like I'm not doing it exactly right. I do love managing in the Czech Republic for no reason other than I've done it a few times and have enjoyed it every time. It's like a true started from the bottom, because I have no stats, I have no badges, and no playing experience. So I have to earn my way to the top by playing through regularly. Gloucester would be in the north. Oh, they're bad, man. Woof. Woof. Matthew, you're in Wales. It also means martyr. Martyr town. Don't really have any more information, but I just know that to be true. Can't go into the championship. Don't really want to go. Could I just go start at Partizan? Yeah. The Welsh language is crazy. Because it's one that uses Latin letters, but the letters don't mean anything. I don't know how much you know about Wales, but I'm going to share what little knowledge of Wales that I can. Can I just type in Dudno? Yeah. So this team is pronounced Llandundo. Llandudno. So everything past the double L's is there, but having the like TH sound for the L. I also found out that this word, their name for Wales, is pronounced Cymru. So like the Y is a U sound and the U is a Y sound, and I had no idea. Is it? I thought it was the other way around. I thought it was Cymru. Yeah. I thought that was backwards, because I thought for a while that it was like you typed in chat there, HIMRU. It's like a hard H. It has like an H with a little bit of like phlegm, basically. So it's Cymru. Yeah, it's bizarre. I love it. It's a great language. But yeah, the double L's, so like Llanelli town is crazy. Connors Key, Colwyn, Penabont. Most of it's English, right? Like the Welsh language is very insular. There's not a lot of people learning Welsh. But I don't know. It's fun to hear because it doesn't sound real when you hear it, which is fun. Mexico, Czech, Polish. Cumri? Yeah. Interesting. I mean, yeah, that's Automod coming. Yeah, that's good. Cumri. Yep. I don't know why. I don't know why it's like that, but yeah, it's pronounced like a C, but it really is that like phlegmy H sound instead. So it's like Cumri. It's like you're rolling the first letter, which is fun. Yeah, it's wild. The language is crazy to non-native speakers, I'm sure. All right, so what do we got here? Sweden? Can I pronounce Swedish names? Gustav Tillander, Victor Gleirum, Hugo Bjornberg. That's not bad. Hugo Lindstrom. That's fine. But that's a really low division. And are they semi-professional? Ugh. Brutal. Oh, and they're bad, too. Yikes. So, like, he's a fine goalkeeper. They're not paying him anything. But they're getting shelled. What's their goal difference? 24? Golly. I mean, that's not good. They're not winning games, right? And they're winning games by 1 goal at a time. Yeah, when they lose, they're losing by 2 goals apiece. Pretty consistently. 2 or 3 goals. That's bad. I'm not that interested. That doesn't seem like a good first step. How about the Danish 3rd division? In the preliminary, they're pretty low down. But it's early. Should have checked. Oh, they're amateur? Yikes. Can't even pay anybody, I think. Contract. Yep, everybody's an amateur. I don't think I want to do that. I think that's a little too tough. It's one thing, so right, like if I go to the top teams, yeah, they're semi-professional. Not every club is amateur, so I'm really coming in at a disadvantage by joining an amateur team. So I won't do that. Yeah, Cumri. I can't. I'll have to practice off stream. Yeah, I did that in my like test save going pro. It was one of the promises. It's how messed up is this process. When I was interviewing for the job, I was like, "Hey, pay for my first coaching license," and they said no. But then I said, "Hey, we should consider going pro," and they were like, "Yeah, that makes sense, no problem." And as soon as the first season ended, they went pro, and I still can't get a coaching license from them. It makes no sense. I think the first coaching license is like $600. I play in pounds sterling, just because that's how I grew up learning the sport. So it's like £600, and they wouldn't pay it, but they'll commit to paying every player on the team instead, which it blows my mind. So it's a little bit of the game being silly, but it's what it is. All right. Vikingur Reykjavik. That's a lot of players, man. Those are cool jerseys. And this is the top league? So is that the relegation group? Yeah, they just got relegated. So not interested there. Yeah, I'm still not. None of these clubs are calling my name. The Czech teams are too good, unfortunately. I do have. So one of the I mentioned. Yeah, sounds good. We'll talk in a bit. Yeah, Opava. I have a soft spot for Opava only because I played with them before in Football Manager. There's no reason for me to know they exist, let alone be something of a fan and kind of keep up with them from time to time. Again, ultimately a Chelsea fan, but I also have a soft spot for a handful of other clubs. Everton's one of them. Norwich is another. Norwich, just because I've played with them and I'm vaguely interested in them doing well. For a bit, I was interested in Nottingham Forest just because I watched Damned United, but it wasn't. I'm not a fan of them any longer. Not a fan of their owner at all. And I don't think I'm alone in that. I mean, I don't really want to start too high, so I think like maximum 2 stars. I just don't think I have enough options yet. So we will press on. I want to make sure I get the right job. I don't just want any job. And soon we will get to the gameplay in any capacity. And Cuckoo gets a 4-year contract. He is on his way out the door in the real world. Whatever. Yikes. No. Sorry. I know Bangor just by way of it being a city in Maine, in Maine, the state in the States. But yeah, trying to get me to go to the regional Welsh leagues, can't do it. Can't be done. All right. Cool. What? Don't stop. Don't make noise. Oh, I've muted my desktop audio. I'm good. Okay. Oh, Poland. Yes, the Ekstraklasa. So not going to the top division in Poland yet. Neuchâtel is insecure. Nothing that new. Coming in at 2.5 stars reputation is crazy for a team that's only existed for 7 years. Yeah. Huh? These are not great players on the grand scale. They're fine. They're just not, good. Are there really only 8 teams in Canada? I don't think I knew that. Well, anywho. All right. Chesham in Southend. Yep, probably not. I have no problem with starting in England. I just know that if I start in England, it's easy-ish. Like you can skip full divisions in England, and I don't want to do that. 16th gets relegated. That's pretty bad. Polonia Warsaw. Or Gornik. I don't know Polish. I have no grasp on the Polish language. Do they only go down to the 3rd league in Germany? Because I'd love to play in like the regional leagues. Did I not add Germany? Wow. That's yikes. Okay. I guess I'll need to add in Germany. Anything else I want to add in? No. All good. No. Okay. Yeesh. All right. Confirm. Very good. We go again. We're going to get a good team. It's going to be great. When we get there and take over and start overhauling. Generally, my first steps tend to be figuring out how good and or bad the team is. So like the test run I did Kaunas Key. And I had a completely different team Like, he was playing for Caer Narfin. I didn't have any of these guys. This is weird. Yeah, none of these players. I think the only one I did have was Disney, which I think is the club captain. But I don't even see him. Oh, he's the manager? Huh? I didn't read. Yeah, he's the manager and captain. I don't think that's correct. That doesn't seem right. Well, anywho, it's like I had this guy, Maximus Rigby, who's just a free agent. Did you play for? He was great. Oh well. Anyway, moving on. Caer Narfin is not the club that I would like to start my career at. Though I could probably do it, right? Like I could, I might be able to just jump in and start there, but. Again, it's a top division. I don't really want to start with the top division for a journeyman. It doesn't seem reasonable. Yeah, usually, so traditionally I've started in Northern Ireland. So I've got, for no reason, I'm a very, very loose supporter of Lisburn Distillery. Because it was the first team that I started last time. And then I went to Crusaders and made them pretty good. But that's how you start. The problem I did have, though, was getting out of Northern Ireland. I think the club that I eventually was able to take was Colchester, maybe? But Northern Ireland calls. Limavady. They get promoted? No, they got relegated. The intermediate. Lisburn. There they are. Yeah, I even made kits. Kits for the whole league. Because I kind of like them. My favorites were Warren Points. Those were nice. I did like those. Was there another one that I did that was good? Oh, did they get relegated? PSNI, the police? Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, no. Oh, there it was. PSNI. Those kits were kind of cool. I just wanted to slap Tesco across the front. Seemed like a good idea. Anyway. Probably don't want to start in Northern Ireland. Who else? Oh, no, all good. Just openings being filled. I do think that the closer we get to like November, the more likely I am to find a decent club. Airbus UK Broughton. Cymru North. Ooh. Danish. Should they have been better? Is that why he got sacked? So, like, if I go to the season preview and I look for Slagels? Nope, they are recently promoted. Why would they be sacking him at this point? What is the league structure? 22 games, play each other twice. And then there's a promotion and relegation stage, which is another 10 games, so 32 total, where the top two get promoted. That's an interesting start. Are they they're amateur. God. It's so hard. I mean, I could just to start my career, but I really don't want an amateur club. So we're going to move on for now. to switch these. Sorry, one moment. Put that over there. Cool. All right, can I put it like here? That looks terrible. Nope. Sorry, just playing with my OBS. Make it look a little nicer for me. There we go. That's a little better. Can I put this here? Would that be better? Oh no, over here, over here, over here. That's good. Okay, that's fine. Cool. That is a little better. All right. Start is a decent club, right? Nope, they are one division down. Interesting. Start. Well, I don't think they can get relegated. 30 games? Yeah. 27, they are... Ooh, I'd have to keep them up. But they're professional. Why would they be yellow? Hey, why would they be yellow if their badge is white and blue? Doesn't matter. Average wage of roughly 30, give or take. Ooh, a lot of guys opting out. This would be an overhaul. Yikes. Those are decent players. 22 years old. Oof. And your contract runs out end of year. Interesting. Okay. I don't love the shape. Don't love the 5 at the back. I don't love this, like... So this is a triangle up top, and then it is a block of 7 underneath. There's no midfield to speak of. The wingbacks do a decent bit of work getting forward, but I just don't like it. Their entire defensive line, it's a good player. Their entire defense, their entire center back, or all of their center backs across the board are on loan, which is not great. It's also too big. Yeah, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. It was interesting. It was an interesting thought, but can't do it. Oxford Sunnyside? Nope. Tell you what, though, if somebody interesting from Northern Ireland gets professionaled, actually, or there are still clubs in the top division that are, yeah, like Dungannon. Oh, I went to Dungannon. It was Lisburn to Dungannon to Crusaders, and then from Crusaders, I think, to like Colchester or something in League Two in England. Maybe it was Portadown. I don't know. I jumped around a little bit. But yeah, hey, if Portadown ends up getting relegated, then I might look to jump in. Maybe. Probably not. Right. Back to it. Anything interesting? Same clubs. Insecure finances doesn't fill me with the most joy. There's no relegation, right? Yeah, nope, no relegations. Oh, there are there B teams? Interesting. You know what? Oh, wait. I can't apply. I've waited too long. That's too bad. Unyoung. It's a decent bill. Wage bill. of what, 2 million? Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, maybe a mistake, but time will tell. David Dunn. Yeah, I knew him from Blackburn. That's where. That's fun. And to Gloucester. Did he retire after getting relegated? Oof. His third managerial role. Jobs. There you go. Interesting. All right. Yeah, they just hired a guy. That's too bad. Did you come from anywhere, Nam? Nope. China, apparently. Even though it doesn't say that anywhere. Yeah, he's been around the block managing. Yeah, manager of the year for Jeju, and he also was at Gwangju. That's dumb. Why doesn't it have that information anywhere? Is it just, I mean, I get that it's just from in the game, but like if I went to Pep Guardiola, it'd be fine. Like I'd be able to see everybody, I'm sure, or everywhere he's ever been. It's fine. I just would like a club. It's been 2 weeks past when we started, and we are hour into the recording and 2 hours into the stream. Nice. Good stuff. All right. That looks like a Finnish team of some kind, just based on name. Semi-professional, probably not. Oh, they want me to start at Caernarfon, and I don't want to. Might be as good as it gets, though, huh? They do have Ryan Sears, but most of their players are amateurs. Let's see, what do they got? It's not even starting. Nah. It's just not a terribly interesting league. It's the New Saints and then maybe Barry and trying to think of the other club in Wales. I don't remember. It's not terribly important. It's like 3 teams that are ever at the top. Just keep on going till we find something decent. I don't think I'm getting that Turkish manager opening, by the way. It's been a hot minute, and we aren't even getting looked at, I believe. So can't do anything about it. It's all jobs that aren't manager, please. Come on. Why is it struggling? There should be no jobs. Okay. And then I'll close out on international and youth. No leading candidate. I mean, I don't really want to just go and like announce that I'm interested, but I kind of want it to be natural. Alebrijes de Oaxaca. Too many stars. Too high a reputation. Same. Amateur. Yep. Oh, wait. Yeah, I already looked at them. Oh, yikes. Okay. Well, we'll keep going. Sitting on a pillow that's not terribly comfortable. All right. I've shrunk like an inch and a half. Nothing new. We carry on. Props to you if you've stuck around. No, we don't have a team. I've kind of set some rules, right? Like I don't want to manage anybody who has more than 2-star reputation because that feels way too high. I don't want to start in a top league. So like even though Wales is not a very high reputation league, I don't want to start in their premier division. I feel like there has to be at least some element of getting promoted into a league, into a top division. So I'm doing this for a bit. Though, wait, what? They have sacked this guy, but he will remain in charge as the director of football. Okie dokie. Sweden. It's an interesting setup. I could potentially go take over for this guy to manage my way through the playoffs while he's the director of football. So that's, no pressure. Sounds bad. Sounds like a bad time. In the real world, at least. That's not how it works in Football Manager, but kind of bizarre. Hey, we fired you as being manager because you're really bad. We will, however, put you in charge of everything that the club does, probably including picking your own successor. So that's pretty good. Probably not. I don't think. Yeah, they're in the second league. It's not bad. They didn't get relegated, which is good. Oh, they're still mid-season. Of course, it's Austria. It's not. It's fine. Reputation? 3 stars. God. Should have just waited until a little bit later on. Yeah, I would love 1 star. I'd love for the team to be professional, if possible. I would love to be in a league that isn't that wild, like that difficult to move through. So like one of the smaller leagues, one of the ones that has reputation of 0.5 star or 1 star. But it's going to be a little difficult doing that with an amateur team. Ooh, Croatia. Nogometna Liga, which is 2 leagues down, right? No, it's 1 league down. Interesting. It's this team, which is semi-professional, mind you. That's not a bad player. It's not a great defender. Kind of a no-nonsense fullback. Well, no, 8 crossing is fine. Well, what's the reputation? 2-star. I'm doing it. Throwing my name in the ring. Entertaining attacking possession football. You bet. That's what I'm saying. But 3rd tier everywhere. But the 2 stars is so like the 4th tier of England, which I was actually kind of surprised by. Chile, it's the dang. Is it the top league? No, it's the 2nd division. It's like I thought so too. I thought 2 stars was great, but it's turns out to be a lot harder. So like these teams in Poland, they are professional, but the like discrepancy between this guy on 8,000 pounds a week as a pretty like decent goalkeeper, or per year rather, and then you've also got their starting goalkeeper who's better, but he's earning 9 times that wage. So that's kind of difficult to make sure that you get better and better, especially when I think I can look at their finances to some degree, right? Is there... Oh, there's a way to do it. Well, anywho. It's a little bizarre that they're kind of all over the place, but they're also getting relegated. So, like, they can't be that good. And they have 1 win and 3 draws in true at 34. So yeah, he does get rid of that wage, but after this year, and that wage is already spent, and they are less than a third of the way through the season. So, I don't know. Polonium Warsaw, or your squad any better? I'll look at you a second time. That's way more players being paid, right? Like, I'm not making that up. They've got how many players is that? 8 players above 50,000 a year. If I go back to Gornik, yeah, they've got 4. Okay, interesting. I could maybe make this work. Oh, nope, waited too long. It's a decent sized wage bill. It's not $1 million, but I mean, quick math gets me to let's say that's 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80-ish, 90, 100 and change, 200, 300. Oh, they're only spending like half of their wage bill. You know what? I've talked myself into it. We may be going to Poland. I don't know, man. 34 is not that old for a keeper, so that may not be. I don't know. We'll see. Purple means out on loan, right? Something like that. Yes. Okay. Ooh, it's a thin bench. I think they can have 9 subs. Oof. 1, 2, 3, 4 players. Yikes. All right, well, we'll see. I did toss my name in the hat for this Croatian team. That's... Wait, what? Oh, no. Sorry. Yeah, Croatia. And then the other one is Poland. Right. Just getting my... That's funny. To defend Poland. What are we doing? What are we doing, kid? Kid's having a rough night. I will be right back while we simulate forward a little bit. All right. My bad. Kid woke up with I don't know, some kind of something. Jagiellonian, I believe, is the top division of Poland, right? Yeah, the Ekstraklasa. Can't be doing that. Gotta just wait. All right. Shevchenko? Andrei Shevchenko? What? Why is he moving from... Well, I guess I don't know where he was managing. Nowhere. A 3-year break from football. Okay. Dekani, 2nd division Slovenia, only semi-professional. Decent players. Yeah, I guess there was just football wasn't loving him back, right? Not a great wage bill, so we are likely moving on. Who else is getting sacked? Neuchâtel. Nacional. Huelva. Never heard. Burgos. Nope. Spain's crazy. We were talking a little bit about the National League, North and South. I don't know if you've ever managed in Spain. It's bad. It's really bad. So like, let's show you the stages. The way that it works, if I'm remembering correctly, the structure. There you go. Yeah, there you go. There are 5 divisions that you have to make there's an interdivision playoff so that you can then be one of 4 teams that gets promoted, 2 to the Premier Federation Group 1 and 2 to the Federation Group 2. So only 4 teams in this division of Spain get promoted to the next tier. It's so bad. You know what? To be fair, I haven't tried playing with Italy that high up. So yeah, there's, I think, either 4 or 5 get brought up. So you have to win basically your league. But it's not just winning your league, because if you take a peek at the rules, first is a promotion, and then one other team from the other groups makes it. I'm pretty sure. So like if I go check the next division up, let's see. The Primera Group 1 and 2. Go to the structure. Yeah, there are 5 relegations in this group. It's silly, frankly. There's so much movement in these leagues. 5 teams get relegated. 5. Which is 10 total, if I understand right. Yeah, 5 from this group, 5 from the other group, which means 10 get promoted from the division below, but usually only the top team in each. So like if I go down to the Segunda Federation, the first team is the only one that's guaranteed to be promoted. And then these 4 enter into a 20-team playoff. Is my memory. It's bizarre, and I don't like it even a little bit. I imagine it makes for a really good story to be able to run through those divisions. Let's see. But yeah, like the Serie C is... why can't I... Give me Serie C. Did I not load in Serie C? Man, I'm not doing well. I'm not doing great at the leagues. Let's see. Italy. No, I have it playable. What in the world? Why is it broken? Well, that is a lot of teams, though, huh? I think it might be broken. Oh, no. It's because it's split into A, B, and C. Okay, my bad. I just wasn't looking at it right. So, yeah, it's like Italy, but more teams. That's so crazy. Yeah, only 4 relegations in the Serie B. And I think what's even worse, because if I go to, La Liga, I'm pretty sure that's the 4th division, the one that I was just showing. Do I have to type in EA Sports La Liga? Just give me to Spain. Structure. Yeah, so that's the next league down. We go to its structure. Yeah, so that's division. The 3rd division is split up. There's 40 teams in the 3rd division in Spain. There are, let's go one step down. Structure. There are 18 times 5, so 90 clubs in the 4th tier. 90. And only 10 of those get promoted per year. I don't, like, it sounds like a fun time. That's one of those where you start managing a team there, build up your reputation a little bit, and then you, not your team, jump a division because there's no way that you're getting yourself promoted. Yeah, it's brutal. So I won't be doing that unless I have to. We'll see how many clubs pass me by before we get desperate. I'd like to have a team before the new year to maybe set that, draw that line in the sand. I will start applying for just about anybody so that we can at least get some gameplay tonight. Argentina, Sweden. Lots of Sweden, my goodness. They want me applying for 1-star stuff, which I understand, but I don't want. Oh, that's not bad. Olafors? Semi-professional, which, Oh, they don't pay anybody anything, and everybody's part-time. Everybody's part-time. My goodness. The issue, too, that I have with part-time is that they will never hit potentials being part-time because they don't train often enough, so they will always be declining, pretty much. Unless they have, like, exactly right, striker's a butcher. Exactly, yes. They play, yeah, at what, how much, sorry, I want to go back to that. Yeah, Olafors. If he's making $6,000 a year... Like, when I was coaching high school, I was earning an extra $2,000 a year. Like, to be playing the sport that you love and earning the same as somebody managing a high school in America probably feels bad. Because I was never as good as this guy. I was never this... I was awful. I played just in high school. Just in, like, grade school, basically. Terrible. I'm glad that the sport is so large. But, ugh. Did they get relegated? Is that why the job's available? No, they didn't. Interesting. Huh. How much semi-pro? Because it matters. $58,000 a year wage bill? I'd rather not. I would rather not. That's pretty good. You know, like, I mean, mine was, it's seasonal, so I was only managing, or coaching. I wasn't really managing. There was, it was a small-ish private school, which we didn't even have enough players to do, like, tryouts. We didn't cut anybody, and we still only had, like, 16 players at the most, and they all did other things. Yeah, that's when you do it. That's when you do the managing. That's when I got out. I noticed that a lot of the people that I was working with were single but well into their 40s, and their life was the sport, and I wanted other things. So chased after that for a little bit. Not to, like, you know, tell you your business or anything, but I hear you. That's exactly where I was at. It happens, man. It happens. It's easy to be in it and love doing it. It's I think what I did was harder, and that I had to step away from it. But you'd be surprised how well all your skills and everything turns into marketable skills in a business environment. A lot of admin type stuff. But, you know, I also had to do it because I was going bankrupt because I was not earning enough money. I was earning less than you are to be admin for that academy by like $10,000 a year. It was awful. I was scraping by. I was living with family, and I was basically only paying student loans, and still was losing money each month and just like making car payments and paying student loans. This is the top level in Serbia, so I can't take this job, even if I wanted it. And 12th is not even that bad. But I think they're also probably too, well, yeah, but it's the top league, so can't do that. Oh wait, is it? Hold on. No, it's not. Ooh, maybe I do go to Serbia. Oops, not that one. Where were they? 12th? Interesting. And they are professional. They're not a great professional team. That's not a good wage bill. But it is worth considering. Average wage is... They're full-time? They're full-time at $4,000 a year, huh? I don't believe you. That doesn't sound viable. Yeah, all right. Let's see. I think if I do declare interest at any of these, I will get the job, is usually how it works for your first job in an unemployed save. Of course I'm open to working abroad. You kidding me? I'm in no rush. What right job comes along. It's, you know what? That's fair. The Serbian economy is not quite as robust as the American economy. Hadn't considered that. Anything else look interesting? Not really. Not really. I did see the Forge job became available. I looked at the club rating at 2.5 stars. Clicked on just a random player. I think it was. It wasn't their keeper. It was. Was it Ben? I don't remember. But I was just looking at one of these guys and was like, how good are you in this league? And I was like, oh, not great, but this guy is a 2.5 star player, so power to him. Anyway. Here's that guy at the bottom. It was the best guy. They're their star player, and I was shocked. That's me. Crow. Oh. Don't want those. Is that right? Yeah, I have to assume that they, like, were you saying better or worse? I mean, like, that's fine. Like, that's a pretty decent player. But there are some other players on this list that I would be shocked to consider them. Yeah, like this guy. He's, I mean, like, probably a pretty decent footballer. Oh, okay, got it. He's probably fine. Like, he's serviceable, but he's earning $10,000 a year. But based on the reputation of the club, he shouldn't. Like, the club shouldn't be 2.5 stars if the, like, bottom of the barrel players, the squad type players, are half-star reputation. So even Tristan Borges, I guess, is half-star reputation. Why is the club 2.5 stars? Anyway, I don't really want to manage in Canada right now anyway. But the rules are probably fine. It would be all right. Just trying to steer clear of North America entirely. Just not that interesting because they're closed systems. I like promotion relegation. Ooh. Nope, not what I meant. Yaran. That's not their top league, is it? I thought Gorica was better. Or Gorica. Well, all right. Professional in Croatia. I'm interested. 2-star reputation. Why not? Toss my name in the hat. Decent kits, too. Oh, I'm hoping to have a team here soon. I've got 3 or 4 applications sitting out in the world. And if we don't hear back on them, I will declare interest to force the issue a little bit. Okay. So yeah, looking at the job center again for the stuff I've applied for. There are a couple. So that bottom one, and still the Turkish job in Kirikala are it's still available, and they're actually working their way up the league. Did he get sacked? There have been no managers. Interesting. Okay. they're a managerless club. That's tremendous. And they're in 5th. They're in a promotion playoff spot. That's pretty funny. Right? Yeah, it's got to be a player manager situation. I don't know, man. I don't want to pick just like on kits, but I do like to have a decent kit. I also use Kit Basher to make a decent kit anyway. The longer this team doesn't have a manager, the worse it's going to get. How are you going to have a part-time guy earning more than your star full-time? Just bizarre. Just strange. They do set up a 4-4-2, looks like. Yep. Oh, man. We're getting close to November. We are. I can see it at the top there on the right. It is fast approaching. I mean, I'm not at the point where I want any job. But if we make it to December without a club, then I am absolutely taking kind of whatever and making the most of it. I have, 5 applications now for clubs all over? I should also just learn the shortcuts too, right? Because the, I think the function, but like F1, F2, F3 all open up to certain. So F1 is nothing. F2 is home. 3 is nothing. 4 is inbox. 5 is shortlist. 5 is player search. F6 is shortlist. Give me the job center. All right, well, none of those worked. What was this new one? Rhoda is pretty high up in Dutch. Oh, it's not as high up as I thought. They're in. Oof. Well, Vitesse is struggling now that Chelsea's not involved. I mean, I think that probably too big a club, right? Yeah, no. Too big. Vorskla sounds fun. Oh, is that Ukraine? Probably not going to do Ukraine. Just trying to avoid anything political. Just avoiding it entirely. Voluntari sounds Romanian. What is this? What is the structure in Romania? There's a Champions playoff and a relegation group. The relegation group in Romania is 14 teams? That's so many. And then there's a relegation playoff final, which is the 5th team, and then I imagine underneath. Okay. Are there 2? Oh, are there 2 groups? Interesting. Okay. There's an XG table? Oh, no, you can just choose the XG table. So there's... Okay, if I'm understanding this correctly. Yeah. Okay. So... Yeah, depending on playoffs. So let's go to stages. The 3rd division, the 3rd league, has a Champions playoff, a playoff semifinal, a promotion playoff. This is crazy. I'm struggling to understand, truthfully. So we will see what's going on here. Oh, 2.5 stars. Doesn't matter. Anyway, Romania is wild. I have just discovered. Seems like an interesting system. I'll have to learn more about that to see if it's worth jumping into like the third division at some point. All right. More Poland. But higher up the league. Wait, who was it? Torby Glogo. Orange and black is an interesting combo. £1 million. Professional team. I'd already applied for this one. Yeah. I mean, the only negative is that I don't love the kits, truthfully. Orange and black is not my go-to. But it's 2 stars. Give it a shot. Hartlepool, Hampton and Richmond, Kingsland. Another Turkish club. Doing much worse than Kirikala. Kirikala. Maybe I do just declare interest. Might bite the bullet. Trabzon. So 16th, 19th, and 20th are all up for grabs. But then the 5th and 7th division. Altınordu is a great academy team. Soyuncu, Cengiz. Wow. Oh, that's too bad. Is it like dead, or is it just they have not done well? They are they working? Well, I guess I can just check the history. Oof. On their way down. Ah, that's too bad. Yeah, no, that's no good. I mean, being up in the first tier is nice, I suppose, but yeah, they finished. Is that the highest league? I don't know. Again, enough about Turkey. No, it was the 2nd division. Man, that's too bad. Well, then I want the not Kiri, Kirikale. Just butchering your language. I'm sorry. Yeah, I want to work abroad. Let's go. Yeah, right. Shakhtar's the orange and black guys. It's also as an American, most of the orange and black teams that I'm familiar with are just not a great color combination. It's too dark and not light enough. Bursaspor is surely. Oh wow, I remember them being that's rough. I remember them being up in the Superliga or the Super League. 3 points in 12 games is atrocious. It's a real challenge. How come? Do they have fun rules? Just use the system. Or are they just like bad? Are they just kind of in free fall in the real world? I will apply for it, if only because it's a 2-star team. But I don't think I would be getting it. Raya what? Majadahonda? Mayadahonda. Spanish. Interesting. I guess I probably should have checked the finances on Bursaspor. Decent, professional. Yep. Toss my name in it. Anything 2-star that's popping up, I'm on board for. So okay, so they shouldn't be that bad. If the other club has a much worse wage bill. Yeah, no, okay. Financially, club was in so much debt. Yikes. Jeez, man. Is that also true in game? Do they reflect that? I mean, they're not rich by any means. Yeah, insecure is polite. Okay, well, I will keep that in mind. I am, as you see, I'm starting to expand the clubs that I will apply for. Because I do want to play the game. Well, I'm down. I have no issue with difficult finances. I'm perfectly fine with not spending every dime of the wage bill. Oh, jeez. We the club I worked for, that happened to us once, but just because we had like a 3-hour weather delay and just forgot to tell the company to keep the lights on. Bursa Spore. I will in fact check their Bursa Spore. They play at the Ataturk. Oh man. That's a great stadium, right? Like I like everything about it. The roof is cool. Or is that like a concept? That might be a concept. No, it looks like that, huh? It looks like a crocodile. That's so cool. Or a serpent of some kind. A crocodile head. Yeah, that's sweet. I'd be okay with that being the stadium. They are crocodiles. Very good. Okay. Well, I'd be interested. That sounds like a good time. Oh, Italy are starting to get rid of their. So, it's the top division. Yeah, there's no way. I was gonna say I know University Craiova tend to have a bunch of like younger players come through, which of course they do. Let's do custom copy. Yeah, not anymore. If I go to their no, I guess not. I guess nobody plays long enough to be good, but I've definitely seen 50,000 capacity and it's filled in the amateur league. Man, that is pretty rough. It makes me wonder, I mean, how deep corruption goes. Like, they're probably just having to give a ton of money away to just be able to keep everything they need. Because it feels like if you're selling out the entire stadium, you should be able to pay decent players to perform to a certain degree. That's rough. That's too bad. Got all kinds of jobs opening up here at the end of October. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it every time. If they just if they misreport finances so that they can pocket the difference. That's so bad. That makes me sad. I'm strongly considering Spain now, by the way. Now, it sounds interesting, but I also just want to be managing, and there is a tremendous amount of teams in Spain. And there's a lot of movement, and there's a lot of similar teams that you can pick from. I mean, yeah, but by who? Because they're able to still do that, right? In theory. Regardless of their performance on field, they're, I imagine, still able to get, money, build your own football and win. Yeah, you know what? Maybe. Let's pick a team that's decent at least. Let's get the job center. Spain. Okay. Long odds are 7-1. That's not bad. So Guadalajara. Actually, how many clubs? 18? Yeah, 11th is all right. Also, love a purple kit. That's fine. Love a purple kit. 15-2 is basically 7-1. So we will... 12th is fine. All good. It's a much smaller wage bill. Odds were 7-1. Was one of the other ones? Yeah, this one. About $500,000. So that's, I guess, the average. I'll do one more Spanish team just to hedge my bets a little bit. 11th, nope, Guadalajara, already done it. 12th, 14th is fine. Lauya. Samosas, it's actually kind of fun. But they are down in there. They would be battling. I'll stick with 3 for now. Oh man, we're gonna get a club here soon. I feel it. Surely. What is this club? Oh, Hungary. Nope. If only because I can't pronounce anything Hungarian. I have no clue. Steven Gerrard, huh? Leaving El Ittihad? Or El Ettifaq? Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like that. I like shuffling. I like coming in late into a season, having a short window, but like, so being able to come in November, you can figure out what the team is going to be like, how you want to play them, what players you want to build around, what players can go, and then you use January to kind of fill in some spots, maybe shift out some folks who aren't going to be around the next season. Turn things around, feel good about that, exceed board expectations if they're like, yeah, just avoid relegation. Like, yeah, easy, no problem. I don't know. I kind of like it. I have no issue because it's a game, right? If it were the real world, then yeah, no, I don't want to come in after anybody halfway through a season. But yeah, it is a good point. It is largely somebody else's business, but it can be nice if you're just doing a kind of a cutthroat journeyman where you're just trying to get to the top as soon as possible. If you get somebody who leaves a team like Partizan Belgrade because they took a different, bigger job somewhere else, well, they're probably first or second in the table, which is great. Hey, the fans love me at Kirkale. So I might already be in. It might be Turkey to start my journey. All right. Some big clubs. Yeah, maybe that's the only difference in this game is that you can't bribe anybody in Football Manager. So so Turkey actually runs a little nicer, runs like a little bit like how it should. Yeah, don't Turkish refs just basically just all of them are corrupt? Like there's no, I don't know, like not corrupt refereeing. All right, it's officially November. Ah, good. I have my gripes over the English referees, that they're just dumb. But I will say that... I didn't realize that there were other Spanish clubs. I was just looking at this lower division. On purpose... Interesting. Oof. Yeah, that's bad. you don't want the referees performing based on public opinion. You want them performing based on, the game that they're officiating. That's rough. But yeah, anyway, I have my gripes with the English referees, but they tend to make calls based on their personal opinions as opposed to an exchange of money, which I'm not saying is better by any means, but there are less people, like there are less of them to make these drastic decisions. It's not like a couple of clubs can't afford the bribes, so they get the short end of the stick every time. You might have a referee that's, just nearby to a team that got recently promoted, so every game that he will try and help out in some way. Giving the other team a couple extra yellow cards, giving a free kick that was a 50-50. Stuff like that. But yeah, no, calling a game based on who paid you more is not good, to say the least. All right. Love an Austria club. I can pronounce German names, but that is a 3-star club. Ugh. It's tough getting your career off the ground, man. It is difficult. Yeah, I feel like that's true in a couple other countries too. There was like South American countries, or even worse, Central American countries, where the government is involved in some capacity with the football, and that gets gross and messy very quickly. Yeah, India too. Yep, fair. Asia's not great yet. I know. So South Korea and Japan, I haven't heard of any issues really. I'd be shocked if ever we heard about anything corrupt out of Japan, just because they generally are rule followers. Hello, Full Metal. Welcome to the chat. I don't have a club yet. We are in November of 2024. Thanks for stopping by. I am lowering my bar for what kind of club I want to play with, though. Technically. Oh, nice. Very cool. This is a 2-star team. It might be the Japanese first division, but I'd throw my name at it for whatever, just because. Yeah, we've been having a great time just yapping because this this unemployment has been hitting pretty hard. Cerezo, no. No, can I withdraw my name? I don't want to manage in the top division anywhere. Should I just declare interest for everything? Yeah, we don't have a team. We're having a grand old time. Things are good. Surely we're close, though, it being November. Nope, top division. Fiorentina. All right. Here we go. We're getting a team. Let's start with the teams that I'd like to go to. Yeah, pretty much. November was probably the deadline to get a job. Originally I wanted to sim all the way through to July of this, like today, July 16th, 2025, but that was taking too long. I wanted to try and get going. What were the other ones? Yarun. Let's see. Yep, that one was good. Bursa was good. Bursa was going to be a tough one. Everybody gets the answers. Everybody should be interested. I want these jobs. Yes, please. I would love to go to this place. Sakoyamos. Absolutely. Bursa. Yes, I would love to manage Bursa. It'd be a test of my credentials. You bet. As soon as we get this first job, I'm sinking my teeth in. We're gonna get things moving here pretty quick. Guadalajara. Yep, perfect. Let's move. I'd like an interview, or 10. Nope. Yeah. I mean, I'll get relegated, right? But it's possible. Well, it depends, right? You can ask for lower expectations, but the likelihood is that I'm just not going to get the job because it's too high up for no licenses and no experience. Sorry. Oof. Sure. Why not? I'll apply for most things if I can help it. 14th is bad. 14th is pretty bad. But I need a job. This is probably a job that I would get, by the way, because it's the 1-star. Likely ending up in Slovenia. I've done kind of a lot. I've been playing for over a decade now, and each time it was a real challenge. The first time I did an unemployed journeyman, and it was very difficult. I've done some fun ones where like you just start in you start with like a Gibraltar team or a team in like, I don't know. I think I did I did one in Uruguay for a little bit. I don't know. They weren't too bad. I didn't mind them doing those are good kits. Nope, too high. Too much reputation. I like doing a journeyman. It's a decent test. I liked to kind of see it's interesting to build your brand, but also trying to just make do with what you have available to you when you go to different clubs. So like if you're jumping from a team in Serbia, the next club you might go to is maybe one of the big 5 nations. But I used to too. I would lock in on one club. Even when I did a journeyman, there would be some clubs that I end up just sticking with for way too long for it to be a journeyman, where I would actually be struggling to make advancements. I'm getting stuck in like the middle of the table. Yeah, real quick, I'm gonna compare myself to Xabi Alonso. That's where I'm at in my career. And you bet I'm declaring interest. So like one of my more recent journeymans, I was ended up in France managing Stade de Brest, and I just loved them. I liked the team that I had put together. We were starting to be really successful. And at that point it became, hey, can I make this random team in France good? That's nice. That's good. The both of you. That's wonderful. Yeah, but I'm a big fan. So tough to jump from that team to a top team in any of the teams, any of the divisions. So like going to Chelsea, going to, like a Atletico, something like that is hard to do when you've started to build up this club to kind of start to rival like PSG and Monaco to some degree in previous iterations. But I don't know, I kind of like doing that. So I'm with you. Should ask, do either of you stream yourselves? Maybe I stop by sometime. Let you do the talking. Temuco's Chile. Fair enough. All good. Just wondering. I'm fairly new to streaming myself, which is why I ask. I'm glad to have anybody in chat. Oh, hey, they're laughing at me, y'all. they're just laughing. That feels bad. I get that. I think. I have an interview. Oh my god. The border pleased. Let's go. Hold on. I'm a genius when it comes to languages, as you can tell by my excellent Turkish pronunciations. I'll pick up little pieces quickly. Just need a job. I will do whatever you tell me to. I'm happy to be here for at least 2 seasons. Considerable financial trouble. Fantastic. Love it. Yeah, I was hoping that me saying that I'm going to be the next Xabi Alonso, even though he has a decorated career playing the sport, when you say see myself in 5 years, is that in regard to streaming or my day job? Because my day job pays the bills. Streaming is just a good time for now. If I keep streaming, though, I would like to have something of a... True, you're right. Maybe that's the benefit, is that I've never played, right? I don't know what to do on the field, so I can really focus on how the team works as a whole. That's quality. I'll take that into the next interview too. Mid-table, I don't think that's too bad. Yeah, that's like in this 9 to 5 realm. So yeah, we can do that. Mid-table makes sense. Happy to work. Give me licenses. I'll finish my thought on streaming. Coaching bench? I'm sufficiently qualified? Sure. Fine. I need the job. All right, we carry on. I don't know. I'd like to have this be something that I continue to do to have fun, but I wouldn't mind having it be kind of like a, it pick up like a couple of bucks here and there. It wouldn't be the end of the world. Right. I have 1s and 2s for my attributes, but he's happy. Oh, I'm getting laughed off. Everybody in Spain doesn't think I have what it takes, but I get another Polish interview. Great to be here. I like languages. All good. Begging? I'm not going to beg. Never. Too proud. But also I will tell them whatever they want to hear. Hello, Thomas. Stream is going great so far. I don't have a club. Which is, frankly, I do appreciate 3 of you being here when there's no gameplay going on. It's tremendous. Just trying to forge ahead. I'm absolutely going to guarantee a strong dressing room. It seems like we're going to just try and not get relegated. Yeah, this is what 11 years of experience playing Football Manager gets you, is absolutely no gameplay whatsoever. Thank you, I appreciate it. I was just saying, they were asking me about what my plans are for streaming. I've only been doing this for a few weeks. I want to have fun mostly. So that you're enjoying the vibes is great. Yeah, see, that's something that's special, saying you've never done a journeyman save. You can absolutely get stuck in a bad country. I was like, the first time I did a journeyman save, I was in Northern Ireland for 7 seasons with 3 different clubs. It was horrible. Yeah, look, I don't want to say I'm the best at the game, but struggling to get a relegation level 2nd division Polish club, that's the good stuff. I wouldn't need to expand the size of the support team. I'd find a way to reduce the number. I don't want to do either of those. Nothing. I don't want to do anything. That's not a good... I'll probably just let his contract run out, in all honesty, especially because you guys don't have the most money. I don't want to work with him. I don't expect to make any changes. I'll hire people, but I don't need any money on the front end. Okay, fair. But that's right, because you never plan on leaving, so there's no reason to try and jump to the next. You know what? Fair. So yeah, you can get... Being stuck in Malta is not the end of the world, which is pretty good. Work within the wage budget. Don't sign olds. Don't get relegated, and then be competitive. Top half? You want to... Hold on. I don't agree. Avoid relegation this year, and then next year, mid-table, and then the year after, finish in the top half? Fine, I'll do it. Yep. Okay. Hey, I don't think a £500 transfer budget's gonna work. Ooh. Ugh. I have to agree with it because I don't have an opportunity to say otherwise. I can just pick up some grub and treat the players to a decent after. I mean, we lose a lot. Maybe the next time we win, I go treat them to I buy some sandwiches down at the Asda. That's great. But the wage bill was like, they're only spending like half. Man, it's hot. It's hot everywhere. It's I live in the South, in the States, and it's brutal. I think today hit 95 degrees Fahrenheit, which is like, what, 38 or 39 Celsius? Brutal. I agree to work with your budget. Please give me a coaching course. God. Oh. Yeah, zero, right? I've seen a couple of zeros flying around. Oof. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. How much do you think kits cost? Because I'm pretty sure that cost to manufacture a kit's even like $30 for wholesale. So I could be able to buy the team kits this year total. And that'd be it. Well, yeah, I don't know what like cost to manufacture. I know the cost to like purchase as a fan, but oof. Who do we all support? I am pretty basic. I was telling the story earlier. I'm a Chelsea fan, or Chelsea supporter, but only because I like the color blue and I knew nothing about the sport and they were easy to watch because I think that was the year that NBC picked up the rights to broadcast the Premier League. So I was able to watch them play games here in the States, which was nice. All right, what do we want to do here? Just give me the job. I'll make it work, I guess. Man, hey, a $500 transfer budget for a team trying not to get relegated. If it works, if I can make it work. Ooh. Big fan of Southampton. I have a soft spot for Southampton because I like the impetus they put on the academy and the integrating graduates into the first team consistently. Always been a fan. They do it the right way. Looking back, now knowing what I know about football, I probably wouldn't be a Chelsea fan. I wouldn't have picked Chelsea because I don't like the model terribly much. But Southampton would be up there for sure. Maybe Everton. Liverpool because of the final. I like that. That was what, 05, 06? That was a good game. Ooh, there's so many clubs. I'm gonna have to take a look. I might go to France. Well, Amorim got sacked by United. It's shocking, I know. Palace have lost their manager. Let's go take a look. Hey, hold up. That was a job offer. Hold on. Sunderland. Wonderful. Now, Vaduz is a tough challenge. Because that's, if memory serves, they're, Liechtenstein. So it's not Swiss. So winning the Champions League is pretty dang near impossible. So is part of that also building Switzerland too, to make sure that like you can get coefficient to get automatic berth into the Champions League? Or is it that because Vaduz is from Liechtenstein that they can't enter the Champions League direct? Oh, that's brutal. See, I thought that might be the case, but I also thought that because they play in Switzerland that they would. But man, that's best of luck to you. That's tough. So when you do some of these nation buildings, do you also take the international job when it pops up? Usually. Oh, and I will say, Thomas, welcome back to the Premier League. But this is rough. If memory serves, Thomas, it was a Michi Batshuayi goal back in 2015 that relegated you guys. So sorry about that. That's on us. Hey, their transfer budget has disappeared. I don't think I paid attention to it last time, but that's a negative. It's in the negatives. They have a negative transfer budget. Yikes. All right, well, here's the thing. Do I start in Croatia? Oh, yeah, because Michi also went to... he was in Turkey for a little while, wasn't he? I thought he went to Fene. Or Fener, not Fene. Fener. Oh, Gala and Fener? And Besiktas. What in the world? He played with everybody. Oh, that's not good. You can't do that. Yeah, I've got the 11 years under my belt. I'm pretty pleased with it. But, yeah, playing since the championship manager days, that's awesome. That rules. I'm going to delay this one. This is not my favorite job. I've got the offer on the table, and I'm happy with that. So if it pops up, twice more. I also love the kit. I'm a sucker for a good kit. Yeah, that sounds right. I don't think he was ever Chelsea level, but boy, did we have some terrible strikers for a bit. Oh, Demba Ba was one for a bit. I think he went to Besiktas after he was with us. Yeah, I don't think I would ever do a Build a Nation. I think a journeyman's easier than a Build a Nation. Yeah, I don't. Well, that was also just the way under Chelsea or under Abramovich, is just buy everyone, loan them until they're either good enough for the first team or expensive enough to sell. Yeah, I get it. But he was one that we probably shouldn't have purchased at any point. But I'm also not in charge of the transfers at Chelsea, believe it or not. Oh, I mean, I could probably do it myself. Ashley Cole's the main one. Gallas is probably the next. Madueke whenever he gets announced. Have there been 10? Actually, I don't think Benayoun ended up at Arsenal at any point. Anelka. Ooh. Petr Cech, Kepa Arrizabalaga, Raheem Sterling, if you want it. Probably a couple more. Giroud's a good one. Easy. Fab, yeah, of course. Fabregas. Very good. Very good. I don't know why I immediately went to, like, the early thousands. for they played for both. Who else? I'm trying to think like in the midfield. Because there've been a couple. Jorginho's good. David Luiz, of course, also. Recently at least, yeah, Willian. These are not Willian, David Luiz, Jorginho. Havertz is also good. Yeah, those are not winners. We have, I think, on balance, got the better players out of those. Why wouldn't Anelka count? Anelka played for both, didn't he? I mean, are we counting, like, is it a loan question? No, he early in the late 90s, he had a whole bunch of appearances and then went to Chelsea like 10 years later. Yeah, he got 2 years. 2 years at Arsenal. Yep. Or are we saying transfers from one to the other? I see what you're saying. Look, I loved David Luiz for a little while. He was not a great defender, so whenever John Terry retired and we had Gary Cahill and David Luiz, that was a mess. That was bad. There's no two ways about it. Not yet. We'll have a team soon. Yarun is waiting in the wings, but they're not my favorite. So I'm gonna make sure that I get a good team. We'll have a team here in the next week. Don't you worry. The next time it pops up, if I don't have another interview, I will take the job. But I will also continue to apply for other things. Yeah, he had a couple of really good free kicks. I think one was against PSG. Also, he had two. I think he had two that year that were like 30 plus yards out. It is Croatia, but they are stinking it up pretty good in Croatia too. So I'd prefer not if I can help it. But it would be fine if that's where I ended up. Yeah, well done. I wouldn't have known before tonight applying to them. Hungary. Look, if they want me, I'm all for it. But they've also laughed me out of the room so far, the fandoms. So I'm not entirely on board, and it also looks like they've gotten to a point where they're hiring the managers. So, I don't really want to jump at anybody that's in dead last in any league because that just sounds like a bad time. Ooh, Gilava. I mean, that is exactly what I just said I didn't want to do. In that they're in last place in their league. But I like managing in the Czech Republic, I guess. I don't know. Oh, but didn't think about that if they get relegated, then I'm out of the game. Well. Was there a Swiss job out there? I mean, there was Neuchâtel, right? Samax? No, there was no Switzerland. I think they hired the one opening that they had. I'd be down. I'd be open. Yeah, it doesn't look good. Is the Fortuna League at the top league? Yes. Can't take it. Is the Super Etten the top league? No, Allsvenskan is. Gefle have been relegated. Don't want to pick that one up. Five players who have played for Arsenal and Fulham. Did Iwobi play for Fulham? Leno did play for Fulham. Yes. Oof. Yeah, Willian's a good one. Did Rob Holding go on loan? That seems like that doesn't sound right. There's another defender that they had at Arsenal who'd kind of made the rounds. Cam. Yeah, I mean, your first question was a layup because I'm a Chelsea supporter, so that was nice. I don't know. Because I want to work there. Why did you apply to this job? Because I want it. I will declare interest also. Get me a job. Yes, please. Everybody should work abroad. I am currently unemployed. This is true. I don't know. Surely there's a fifth. I'm trying to think of some. Like, loans are fine, but I don't know enough about their youth setup, I think. I don't know. I've now looked it up. And Boa Morte is one, so well done. Callum Chambers is who I was thinking of. Yeah, he worked his way around the place. That's the one. I don't know. I don't know who your attacking midfielder is. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's only 14 that have ever done it, which is crazy. Oh, you're talking about Smith Rowe. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Some other names on the list are Reece Nelson on loan, Philippe Senderos, Stephen Hughes, Emmanuel Frimpong. That rules. Oh, and Cedric, the right back. Okay. Cool. Oh, man. Mascherano was interesting. That's good. Sure. Until I have not a lot going on here on screen until I pick up a job. So if we want to keep things interesting in the chat, by all means. Yeah, too small. You could do so there's that like that 3x3 grid game that you can see, like if you type in Fulham and Arsenal players just into Google, it'll bring you up to a list of players that have see, here's an interview with I think another team in that same division. Yeah, Yaroon, and then this bottom team. All right, fine. I will decline this interview. I'm likely about to take the Yaroon job here in a couple days. No. That's good. Oh, you're waking up. Brutal. I mean, I guess, yeah, Southampton, right? Which means I should probably get to bed at some point. Oh, well. Well, rise and shine. Grab some morning tea, if you like. You you can get coffee. It's available. But that's not cold. Well, you can get, cold coffee, but I've got no problem drinking coffee every day as an American. But tea's good too. I drink it wrong, but love an Earl Grey. Oh, sure. Fair. And that you can pull out of the fridge if you'd like. That you can serve Lucozade cold. Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's get that Yaroon job back on the menu. Aw, my interview was unsuccessful. He's not even that much better than me. That's surprising. I thought for sure that we had that in the bag. What with my ones and twos? It's so bad. I can't imagine playing this on console. It seems unholy, frankly. To even attempt it. I would absolutely prefer. I think I would only play it on PC, just because of how much it's like spreadsheets, and it's not really built for console. It's just everything's a little slower, and yeah. Look, because you have to, right? Like, you have to win the conference. Oh, can you get a Europa League spot from winning the Swiss League? Or does that just not even factor in? Like, do you have to go into the conference first, win the conference to get to the Europa League, and then win the Europa League? Where you're at where you're at? If we're in financial ruin, then I need to go ahead and drop my wage. So, yes, please. UCLV, the coefficient ranking, so skipped. Nice. So, being the only Liechtenstein team, does that mean that you just get to enter the Champions League regularly? Or do you still have to have some degree of success in the league? I hope so, Thomas. That's the idea. I sure stream enough. I stream 3 times a week. This is my first time doing Football Manager, but having people in chat is great. So I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I have accepted an offer. We are employed by Jaroon. League is meaningless. That's fun. Is that where you just play the kids? Is that where you build up your team of Liechtenstein youth and let them develop by playing the Swiss? I would call them giants, but it sounds like you're pretty big at this point. Hey, sounds good, Thomas. I will keep that in mind. If nothing else, I want your subscription. that is my new goal to get to affiliate. Just so you can reach out and watch with some frequency. But yeah, I'll definitely have to come back and make Football Manager drop it in the rotation. Play it at least once a week. I do have a VOD channel, I think, linked. And Prime. Look, brother, I'll take whatever. I'd be thrilled. You develop in the Liechtenstein Cup. That, I imagine, is pretty easy to win, being Vaduz. But, not to belittle your performances. All right, well, we are in Croatia. We're at like mid-table, which is pretty good. I need to turn these off, but we'll get to that. Press conference is good. Back room with the staff weekly. That works for me. Okay. Playing time expectations. Everybody wants to be a squad player next year. A lot of core fans, a lot of family fans, a lot of just people that go with the kids. Lovely. So all of it is final last season had our own B team. How does that work? Do you have a different manager for the B team, or you like to control it too? And I agree, Thomas. FM26 is going to be so good. I'm very excited to get my hands on it. I was telling now I don't want to get it wrong. Or is it cedar like the wood, or is it cedar like turkey? Either way, I'm thrilled to be able to play the women's game. I'm a big fan of the women's game. Would love to start an unemployed journeyman save by jumping into the women's pyramid or the women's game, and then eventually earn my way out into the men's game from there, and then kind of start where you would normally start with an unemployed journeyman. So you still kind of jump out into a lower division England or a middle of the road league in one of the other countries. Okay. Nope. Create my own style. Nope. I mean, that's close, but that's not what I want. This is my go-to when I have a new club. Let's do standard support, 1 on attack for late arrival, a ball winner in the middle. Fullbacks are good. Super simple. Yep. Yeah. I don't know. 13 was GTA 5? I haven't really missed it. Right, yeah, I'm playing. I think I mentioned at the very beginning before anybody got here, I didn't actually buy FM24. I didn't think it was different enough from the other ones. But I do like it. It's pretty good. It's exactly the same, but I do like it. 2,000 hours on 24. Yeah, I think generally I get to about 1,500 per Football Manager, and that feels pretty nice. Less so now that I have a kid. Speculation is fair. That's there might be no need. Play out of the back. Fairly wide's good. We'll wait. I don't think I need to be a possession-based game. Probably never, Thomas, unfortunately. That's going to, the cost to do it is probably prohibitive. I don't think that they're ever going to license the Premier League. It's always going to have to be you loading in your own real name fix and kits and badges and the like. I was so hoping that my kid would be left-footed, but they're not. Because if you're left-footed, there's only like 20% of all professional footballers are lefties. So that is, I'm hoping. Most of, kind of joking, there's a bunch of people who have had kids around us. So like my kid is about the same age as everybody else. I've been joking that I'm just going to have my own little team to work with, just of like neighbors and friends. Distribute to the back for some possession. We do a high block always. Press slightly more. I need to take a look. I do tend to like stay on feet just because I don't like yellows and reds if I can help it. Did they license the EPL, or they were supposed to license it for FM25? I'll level. I mean, I'm kind of with you, Full Metal. I haven't really looked at what all is involved. I play it, but not online. I don't play EAFC online, and I stopped kind of back in college because I just got angry and I wasn't enjoying it. So, just like to play the manager mode and the player mode. I have not. Was a feature? Okay, fair enough. Really kind of bottom of the barrel. Oh, hey, they have one goalkeeper and he's injured. Nice. How injured? Not terribly. He got injured 2 weeks ago. Cool. Okay. No. Yeah, that's fine. Dev Center. U19s. Gonna need this goalkeeper. Do we not have a youth team? Yeah. I tend not to buy the new. It's going to be hard for me not to call it FIFA just indefinitely. But it's hard for me to buy the new one because you're right. Wait, it's kind of the same. It's never really been like different. It's got a couple of new things here and there, but generally it's same old, and that's fine. I just don't need to buy it every year if that's going to be the case, you know. I mean, great. I really got stuck into FIFA 10. Was where I started to enjoy it pretty good. So yeah, no, I get it. Really, anything I could get my hands on football wise was very important for a long time. But Football Manager absolutely took over. Ooh, indoor football. They brought that back with Volta. You're missing out. Ugh. Terrible. Nice. Yeah. A little bit. It's fine. We all had our first games. Are you right-footed? You are. You are a right-footed winger. We put you on the right wing. You're on international duty. We have a game in 6 days. You don't get back for 3 more. That's fine. You are a righty, a Palestinian righty, and you are a Bosnian lefty. Interesting. Let's do this. Can you play inverted? Oh yeah, no, you're meant to be an inverted winger. Okay, cool. Or an inverted inside forward. Keeper. Decent player. It's actually, the physicals are great. This team, it makes sense that they're mid-table. I'm glad this is the team I ended up with. Karmatic, a little slower. Prefer not to use loans if possible. Like to develop my own players. He's pretty good, probably too good not to use. Yeah, alright, those are the two. And Robertson, and we'll toss Sevtko on the bench. Gonna need a left back. Yeah, decent defender. Okay. Bodatic. Nice. Got a good holding midfielder. You are suspended, but you will be good. You'll play as the attacking midfielder. For sure. On attack. Your tackling's bad, but I don't really care about that. Teamwork is surprising. Really? That is surprising. I think I owe that to Cedar and Full Metal being in the chat, probably. And it being fairly active. This is, by the way, like, so far I've had my wife watching streams from time to time, just so there's one viewer in, but we're not really chatting, you know. So this has been great. It's been nice to just be able to chat with, humans while playing. And when I say playing, I mean just answering emails about how I don't want to work for certain teams. Well, happy birthday. Actually, I had one of my coworkers turned 40 on Tuesday, I want to say. I would have never known. She does not strike me as 40. Midfielder. All right, so this person I need to be stamina driven. Yeah, we'll do you. That seems right. Do you okay? Happy belated birthday to you too, Cedar. No, I turned 30 in October. Not too far out. Yeah, it's real easy. I mean, if you're still putting in, thousands of hours into Football Manager, you're doing great. You're right with us. It can be an option if you want it to be. How's that? Okay, so they aren't playing well together, and I need to figure out why. I need a right back on the bench. Because he can play both sides, I believe. Nope, not really. Gardenich can. So he shall. It just kind of happens. I don't feel like I'm wiser than anybody else, but I suppose I do have a few extra years under my belt. Not quite as much as Full Metal, but some. It's a decent poacher. He's fine. Why is he... He's alright. Why isn't he getting game time? Does he not have a future? No, not really. You I meant to put on the bench. Zahirovic. Yep, you can make the bench. I mean, I wouldn't recommend any snow at this point, right? Just zero. Just snow, it kind of tastes bad anyway. Or is that just here in the States because our environmental protections are garbage? Drop this guy on the bench, I guess, just to fill out the numbers a little. I guess. I don't really have a ton of those. I imagine the further north you go, the better it gets in Canada. Absolutely. Kind of depends on where you are. I mean, if you're in like downtown Toronto, nope, probably not. But I imagine if you get closer to like, Nova Scotia and like Labrador and whatnot, ain't nobody up there to mess with the snow. Me? No, I'm from the States. The southern states, even, though I don't sound like it. I don't have an accent terribly. Yeah, I think the last time it snowed where I live, it was 2018. Maybe. It just, we don't, it doesn't happen. You're injured. For how long? 3 weeks, 2 months. Nice. Man. All right. I would love a holding midfielder, but I've only got, this guy who's injured. So I'll just make do with a U21 center back if I need him to fill in a gap. But, 7 passing and, it's fine. I need to make some signings. This team's bad. Matej Kosic has 11 goals. This guy has 11 league goals. What are we doing? Where does he have his goals? Non-competitive? Oh, never mind. Why does it say he has 11 goals? This is bizarre. Because I'm looking here and it says he has 1 goal in non-competitive games. 11 goals this year. Huh? Oh, is it because I did the data update? I probably did. That's probably what it is. He's probably playing for them in the real world and he's doing fine. All right, well, this is the squad, and it's not great. Yikes. In Southampton? Well, outside of Southampton, I suppose. Yeah, I like to live near people for exactly that reason. Okay. I need to start looking into people. We have no wage budget, huh? Good lord. Hey, this is gonna be tough. I didn't check our heading compared to the league. Let's do that real quick. Nope. Stop. Data hub. Where is that? I'm trying to remember. Is it squad? Overview. Players. Nope. Oh, man. It's been too long. Oh, okay. Oh, fair. Out in the country's probably better anyway. Oh, you said Suffolk, didn't you? That tracks. All right. Yeah, of course. Can I introduce myself to the team? Quick save, make sure I don't screw anything up. Yeah, not close. But see, here's the thing. You say about 3 or 4 hour drive. That gets me to the ocean side as well. But I haven't even left the same state here in the States. It's silly. No. Yep, that's fine. Okay. Man, if we have no wages... If we don't have any wages, then I can't even hire any more coaches. Right? I mean, I'm understanding that correctly. My transfers, I've got negative transfer budget and no wage budget. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't mind Sunderland staying up a year or two. I mean, I imagine you would like longer, but... Did we cancel? Can we get a senior affiliate? That'd be nice. For my knee. I should, in fact, work with what I have for now, because things are so good here. All right, squad. You won't be familiar with me. Talk about the season. Squarely mid-table. Thank you kindly. Yay. What were the other... reach the proper cup. Okay. Dynamics. Nagaventi. Good accounts. No! Cool. That's better. All right. All good. Nope, that's it. Everybody's happy. Dressing room is much happier. Great. Fantastic. Ugh. All right. Right, set pieces. Right, because I was checking height. Okay. Let's try that again. Robertson is 6'2". Karamantic is 6'3". Piplica is 5'10". 6'1". 5'9". It's a decent sized team. It's not terribly tall. Backups, just to make sure. 6'1". Striker. 5'11". Yeah, they're all right. Do a hybrid. Oops. Do a hybrid. I would prefer near post because I like to attack the near post. Sure, balance is fine. Love an in-swinger. Yeah, he was Zambo Anguissa, right? That he was at Fulham for a bit. He was pretty good, and then I guess the next thing he did was head to Besiktas, and that was not good. You're saying? Napoli. Okay. Oh boy, I don't know what I'm about to do with this team. I'm not excited in the slightest. Competitions. I don't know what we're going to do about money. Sure. Is he on loan? No. Okay, cool. Whew. What are the rules? Because I could probably get some amateurs. Like, I was playing in Wales in a different save to kind of get reacclimated. And you can get amateur deals, but I imagine you can't do that if it's a professional team. They don't have money, I'm sure. Yeah, that always kind of got me, or at least this window, is that Chelsea spent 200 million combined on Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. And it was like, oh, they'll buy anybody. And now Liverpool are about to buy two players for $100 or 100 million plus for both Florian Wirtz already at what, like 115 million? And then either Isak or Ekitike, I think, from Frankfurt, depending on what Newcastle want to do. But it's wild. I mean, I don't mind the money spent. Again, not my money, but just funny. Just noteworthy. But yeah, I don't want you to get another striker, please. I don't want Liverpool to just start winning every year. Though we'll give you a run for your money. You think Isak would push for a starting spot? I mean, I guess Nunes was the starter. So yeah, you're basically just slotting a new striker up top. Sure. Yeah, it's getting pretty late. Cool. All right. Well, tell you what, glad to have a club. Yeah, I don't think there's anybody. I mean, maybe City. I think that might be the only one. Like, he couldn't dethrone Haaland, but other than that, yeah, I don't see why Isak would be anything other than a starter. Yeah, glad to have a club. Glad to be anywhere. Yeah, I'm shocked they have rejected my coaching course. What with the negative $1,000 in the bank. So yeah, here's what I'm gonna do. Time to save. Time to call it an evening. It is pretty late. I've been going for 4 hours, which is about, I think that's the longest I've gone so far. So for those interested, I do play other games. I'm also playing Black Mesa, which is Half-Life remade. If anybody's interested, I've got a VOD up on my YouTube channel. Oh, I don't think I can raid yet because I don't even have I don't even have an affiliate or the first step toward affiliate. I don't think I'm allowed to raid. I'll take a peek. I appreciate it, Cedar. I'll definitely be back. Black Mesa will be Friday or Saturday. And then I stream Saturday, Monday, Wednesday. Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, however you want to go about it. Always 8 o'clock Eastern, which is really bad for, England. Because that's, 2 in the morning? Not good. Let me see what rating even entails. I appreciate it, Tomas. I was seeing if I could actually send you on a raid, but yeah, it doesn't look like it. I'll look into it. But yeah, sorry. So Black Mesa, and then I'm also playing a game called Phoenix Point, strategy game, and that was I'll be playing that on Monday. So probably back at it, Football Manager on Wednesday, and I will let this save be. This will be the stream save, and we'll go from there. So cool. Appreciate you, boys. Let me know. Well, I don't know. I'll send out the follower reminder before I go live, but probably doing Football Manager on Wednesdays for the foreseeable future, or Thursday morning if you're so inclined. I can raid? All right, well, now I got to learn how to raid. All right, bear with me. I'll find somebody else to, let's see. Pull up the channel. It's covering. It's making my face so dark. I don't have like a face light or anything, or a ring light. Let's do. Oh, it doesn't actually seem that bad. Raid settings. Raid and then the username. Cool. Good to know. Look, I'm new. It's great. Let's see. Who else is doing Football Manager right now? I'll deliver you all to a decent stream, at least. Who is... Oh, I typed in 25, like that's going to do anything. There isn't a 25. Thank you for lingering. I can hear myself on my own channel. Who could use some views? Davey's got 9 viewers. That looks fun. I'll drop you into Davey's chat. All right, let's do this. So now we go over here. I say /raid, and then it's just Davey, which is impressive. Cool. All right, I think this will work. Enjoy your time. 3 viewers are ready to raid. Nice. Okay, that worked. All right. Have a lovely evening. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy his San Marino Impossible challenge. And we'll see you guys next time.